Hello and welcome to 10 Gauge Outdoors. This channel is dedicated to all things outdoors, and we'll talk about different things as the seasons progress. We get into different things to talk about. And of course, if you all have any comments and y'all want to talk about something specific, we're glad to go over that. Being hunting and fishing and being in outdoors most of my life. The reason we call it 10 Gauge Outdoors is we're going to talk about a specific firearm, which is the New England Firearms single shot, breech open, 10 gauge shotgun. Could possibly be my most favorite firearm ever. We talked about as the seasons progress. Right now, this is March the 8th today, and it's about to kick off the turkey season here in Mississippi. That'll be on the 14th. Really excited about that turkey season. If there's just one thing I could do out of all the different kinds of hunting and fishing and things there are to do outside, it would be turkey hunting. It's just very exciting for me. There's not a lot of stuff you have to carry in. You don't have to have a deer stand. You don't have to drag a deer and all those things. It's pretty much everything's on you, what you need. And it's a time of year where it's not too cold, it's not too hot, and it's just the springtime. The woods are coming in alive, and everything's coming new again. It's just a great time to be outside. So that's why I do like the outdoors, but turkey season especially. But let's talk about the NEF, the New England's Firearm 10 gauge single shot shotgun. You can see this is a Kicks choke. It's a ported Kicks choke. It's a .690. Could go a little tighter with that. That's just the one I chose. There's nothing special about it. It's just a typical single shot shotgun. Breech load there. And this particular gun, I like to, and during turkey season, I like to use the Federal number 4 3.5 inch Magnum turkey load. I know what you're saying right now. You're probably thinking, "Oh my goodness, a 10 gauge." Well, I know several guys that's got one. We really got them for a novelty, to be honest with you. They're fun. I mean, why would you not want the biggest shotgun that you can find? But we started using them quite a bit. The 10 gauge here over the years, we're going to do some shooting with it here soon on video, and so you can see that. And but over the years, I've been able to take a turkey target and put it at 75 yards, 75 yards, and consistently get anywhere from 12 to 15 pellets in the kill zone of the turkey neck at 75 yards using this New England Firearm 10 gauge. I just like the fact that it's a bigger shell, it has more pellets. I can use a bigger pellet and still get more pellets than I can in a 12 gauge shell. For those gobblers that hang up out there, I got a little more reach to try and take him if they don't come in. Typically, I do like to bring the turkey in around 30, 40 yards. Trying to reach out there at 75 yards is not my typical shot. That's not the typical shot you would probably want to take and wound a turkey or something like that. We wouldn't want to do that. We want to kill him, and we want to kill him quick. But it's possible. 12 gauge, I do shoot a 12 gauge sometimes when I go turkey hunting. Typically try to kill a turkey with my 10 gauge, and then I'll try to kill one with the 12 gauge. If I can get to in the season. Usually it's only one here the past few years. Again, like I said, I'm going to be able to reach out there if I need to. People say, "Oh my goodness, 10 gauge, that's just going to kill you. That's going to knock your arm off." Well, I have to say that a lot of people say that about a 10 gauge because they've never held one nor shot one or know much about it. But in the 10 gauge round, it's going to thump you pretty good. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's a 20 gauge. But you don't need to be scared of a firearm. You just need to get what you like and shoot it and learn to love it. But with the 10 gauge here, this particular model, It weighs about 9 pounds. Okay, inside the stock here, excuse me, inside the stock here, you can take this butt pad off. Might do that some other time, but there is a 1 foot by 1 inch round piece of cold roll steel that is in this butt stock. It's got a screw that holds it in, then you put the rubber plate on it. And the barrel is a bull barrel. It is very heavy. It is probably twice the size of a 12 gauge barrel. And like I said, this whole setup here weighs about 9 pounds. And because it weighs 9 pounds is why it's not that bad. I shoot a Mossberg Maverick 88 pump 12 gauge when I take it turkey hunting. And it weighs about 6.5, 7 pounds, something like that. And shooting a 3-inch 12 gauge turkey load out of my pump full size 12 gauge shotgun is a whole lot stiffer and hurts a whole lot worse than a 3.5 inch Magnum 10 gauge turkey load in this single shot 10 gauge shotgun by NEF. That's a fact. And again, let me say that one more time. A 3-inch, not even a 3.5, but a 3-inch Magnum turkey load and 12 gauge caliber, shooting out of a full-size pump 12 gauge shotgun, hurts a whole lot more than a 3.5 inch Magnum turkey load out of this single shot 10 gauge New England firearm. So that's a fact. It hurts a whole lot worse to shoot that 12 gauge than this 10 gauge. I can't say that enough. It used to be a running thing. It was kind of funny here at the house that my oldest daughter, when she began dating a little bit, it was kind of a running thing that anybody could come over and you could, they called it dating, but they weren't really old enough to go anywhere. But if you wanted to date my daughter, you had to shoot the 10 gauge. If you didn't shoot the 10 gauge, you had to go. And they quickly found out that it was a lot more fun than it was painful. And we got a lot more guys coming around to shoot the gun than we did actually dating. So, but anyway, that got kind of funny there for a few years. But I just wanted to share that with you. Again, that's why we call it 10 gauge outdoors, is because that is probably my most favorite firearm, and especially out in the outdoors and hunting and camping and just doing things that we do out there as a family. But yeah, the 10 gauge is going out this year again, starting right off the bat, March the 14th. This year is turkey season, and so just wanted to share that with you. And we'll just get back with you a later date on how things are going. I know this turkey season we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got clothes, we've got decoys, we've got how I prepare my clothes for the upcoming turkey season, because you have your bugs and ticks and mosquitoes and things like that. I have something that I do is a little bit different from everybody else. Not a lot of people are aware of it from my knowledge of talking to people about it. But it is going to be a fun time here on 10 Gauge Outdoors, and I welcome you to tune back in on the next video. Hit the bell, hit the like button, comment or whatever you have to say. I'll be glad to talk with you about it. And we're going to share a lot of things just about the general outdoors. If there's something you'd like to talk about or like to see or have my input on, please put that in the comments below. And we'll talk to you the next time. See you later from 10 Gauge Outdoors.